banks don't get access to the Swift network. That's how exclusive they are, right? But for Monaco, I just want to quote Monaco here. I mean, all you guys can use it today, right? Real time, and then you get an interbank rate and things like that. So, in a bigger point of view, decentralized payments means no matter you are like I myself or I'm any kind of big banks, we get the same kind of treatment. I think that was the biggest power when it comes to decentralization, and especially for payments.
Yeah, I think all the audience here must understand that there's something wrong with the finance institution, conventional way of institutions. You know that the Visa transaction fees and foreign exchange commissions, which is higher than the normally expected, right? This is why we believe there's something wrong, we've got to change. But however, until the introduction of blockchain come out, we never know how to make it possibly true. And then because blockchain enables us to make it much more safer and scalability and of course the scalability of another issues too. But somehow we have make new introduction of Lightning or some other technologies evolving and to make sure that our transaction between P2B through the blockchain much more safer and easier to use and scalability all get together. This is why blockchain makes the most sense to give more security in terms of financial transactions.
Okay, so now if we talk about the payments, you just say something about the credit card, and so Visa, Master. So biggest problem that we are having is a fee problem. I mean, we have a delay problem also, but let's talk about the fee. So biggest problem is fee. So with your application, do you have any perfect solution for it? Is that better than existing systems?
I think the fee is, because there are competitions now, right? Even now, I just heard about Visa, Master, they open up the debit transaction to the even startup tech startups to open up. Not in Korea. Korea is still regulated by the big state-run bank. But aside from Korea, there are many tech startup companies there providing Visa, Mastercard service to the totally. I think now it's a really matter of time, a couple of years. Now from that, I think now is Visa Master, they are offering like 2 or 3% of each transactions, plus and the commission for exchanges. But because of now blockchain, the blockchain cryptocurrencies now is evolving, the fees now lower. And besides, now Lightning, the Wave network, is always trying to reduce the scalability, the maximize scalability, and together with reduce the cost. This is why we believe that in a couple of years now, the fee is much lower than with expectations.
So you're saying that compared to the current fee?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
The current fee is much.
Let's go around this one. So start with the fees next.
I don't see the biggest hurdle about the blockchain and cryptocurrency, the payment solution is fee. I think that's about the limitation of the acceptance. If somebody can actually purchase something with either Bitcoin directly, they will collect the credit fee, even though it's very high. But the thing is, the volatility of the cryptocurrency is no merchant would like to actually take the cryptocurrency at this stage. Even a big camera in Japan, they actually accepted Bitcoin, right? But because of the dramatic, the price drop down of the Bitcoin, they lost $1 billion in return. So I think that kind of the limitation of the acceptance. I think that's kind of the biggest hurdle to adopting cryptocurrency as like a mainstream of the payment. So in order to maximize the acceptance at this stage, we have to deal with the legacy payment network and payment system. So that the merchant who take the cryptocurrency, they are not taking cryptocurrency, they're taking a fiat, so that they can more feel secure about what they are taking. So that's the kind of the project we are doing at the So we are kind of the intermediate kind of the body who actually make exchange from the crypto to fiat. And also there's another kind of obstacle, which is kind of technical side, right? That's already been proven by some of the traditional the payment systems, such as like a simple payment solution like the Kakao or PayCo in Korea, right? In order to adopting a new technology like NFC payment, mobile payment, they have to invest huge money into the terminal itself, right? The PayCo, they invest $1 billion to making an additional terminal at the retail store. But still, the penetration rate is very low, even the Apple Pay themselves, right? So I think it's kind of the transit stage. That's the reason why actually our project is dealing with the legacy payment platform. But sooner or later, the technology right and the price of the cryptocurrency more stable, then the more merchant will accept the cryptocurrency and supported by the very good blockchain-based technology kind of payment solution, then they can be widely adopted. Yeah, but this kind of very early stage of
Daniel, thank you for your answer. So he's saying that market penetration is more big huddle than fee. So anybody else can add?
So regarding the fees part, from our company perspective, we don't feel it's a hurdle for any Monaco users. If you transfer money within the app, there's no fee at all. And we provide a user Monaco Visa metal card with no annual fees at all. Now, for the money exchange, we provide a user the perfect interbank exchange rate. So there's no fees from the Monaco perspective. And at the same time, I agree with what he said. The fee is not a big hurdle for the future payments cryptocurrency today. I think how we increase more user cases, how we utilize the network effect of payment of cryptocurrency are the more critical points for all the people here to explore.
I would probably, when we were building our exchange and we had to make a decision between, okay, will we build a centralized or a decentralized exchange? We came across many of the issues that US payment providers also face. And I think we took a step back and we looked at like, okay, everyone wants to pay less fees, but why is that fee there in the first place? I think the fee that you pay, and if you look at just pure Bitcoin mining, the fee that we pay is essentially a value that's captured in the miners allowing us to have what we call state. And state is the combination of all the balances and all the information on transactions and balances on every wallet. Now, if we want to reduce the fees, essentially we are accepting that the state, we're paying for that state. If I want to pay less for that state, for example, I don't want to pay this much, that essentially means I'm saying I don't want someone to manage my state, but that means I don't want someone else to manage my Bitcoin amount that I have on my wallet. Because, I mean, I'm taking a huge step back maybe, but essentially you're saying the fees that you want to decrease is you saying I don't want my balance to stay on the state, because that's what you're paying for. You're paying for that huge ledger. So if you want to decrease future-wise, you want to decrease the fees, I think we have to come up with different ways of how do we pay the people that create that state in the network. And I mean, there's a few decentralization projects and protocols that find solutions for this, but I think, for example, as payment providers such as Monaco, you get paid for providing that value in a different way. If we can find solutions for blockchain where we can still have the ledger with the balance, but we don't have to capture that value in the transaction for blocks, that's a solution for reducing fees but finding value in a different way. And from an exchange point of view, there's different ways of doing that, but I think from a payment point of view, they're probably very similar.
Thank you. So, Jay, do you want to add anything to this?
Yeah, for transaction fee, it happens all the time. Whenever I send my coins to another wallet, to overcome this problem, the PX, we take all the coins in the holding account. Then, no matter what kind of coin our, because when we use the blockchain network, we got